Hey, what's up guys? Andrew from American Musical Supply here at AES 2019 in the Izotope booth with Mike, who just gave us a really good rundown on the new RX-7 noise reduction suite, so you should check that out. But in this video, we're going to be talking about Ozone 9, right?
Yeah.
Now, I have used Ozone since version 3, so what is new in version 9?
So Ozone, for those of you who don't know, it's our mastering software. So what's new in Ozone 9? We have Master Rebalance, which is using real-time source separation. You can actually adjust the gain of vocals, bass, and drums without having the multi-tracks. So this is using artificial intelligence and machine learning. It's all baked into the module, so you can literally go in and adjust the vocals, bass, and drums right in the module. So we also have low-end focus, which is a new module that's tailored specifically to low-end frequencies, and it can clean up muddy low ends, such as kick and bass, and it can literally separate the kick and the bass from each other to give you a more punchy sound, or you can choose smooth mode to give your bass, bring out the bass more in a mix.
Wow.
And we've made Match EQ its own module now, so that Match EQ is originally in the EQ of Ozone, and now we've made it its own module, so it's using 8,000 bands of EQ to match the EQ profile of any track and shape it to a reference track that you have loaded.
So what would be a practical example of that, of where I might need to use Match EQ?
So let's say you want to make your track sound like an Aerosmith record. You just recorded this awesome track, you got an Aerosmith record, load the Aerosmith record as a reference track, and then you would capture the EQ profile inside of Match EQ, and then there's just a slider that you can adjust the amount of EQ shaping that it's doing. So you can basically make your track give the EQ profile of any track that you choose.
So would that also be useful, say, if I recorded vocalist using a particular microphone in the studio, and then I had to do some overdubs, but I couldn't use that mic again and things, and I could match it so that it would sound?
Yeah, absolutely. You can use it in any creative sense like that. You can match the vocals or drums or anything that you want. So we're kind of leaving it up to the users to come up with their own cool use cases for it.
Okay.
But we also have, this was in Ozone 8, but we have a Master Assistant, and we all know that mastering is a daunting art form and it can be overwhelming to learn all the techiness of it. So Master Assistant is designed to scan your audio and give you a good starting point for your master. So it's going to set your EQ, compression, all of your maximizer settings for you to give you a starting point. But new in Ozone 9, we've added vintage mode to our Master Assistant, so now you can use the vintage modules to give your track more color and that grit of the vintage modules.
Okay. Wow, cool. And then is the interface any different? Or?
It's resizable.
Oh.
Ta-da-da. So it's resizable. We've added new smooth metering, so it's going to give you a much more accurate representation of your audio. We've made it much simpler. As you can see, the EQ used to have all kinds of controls in it. We find that takes people out of the creative headspace, so all of our EQs are now HUD-based. And you can see this is the Master Rebalance. You can go in and you can really see the EQ profile of vocals, bass, drums. So just making things much more easier to see. We've added a new tonal balance control too, you can now control the gain and EQ of any Izotope plugin from within tonal balance control.
Right.
There's so many cool things, and just trying to make it more fun and enjoyable to master your track.
So for musicians who are maybe like a little hesitant to get into like stuff that uses AI or machine learning, what does Izotope, what do you say to that? Like, and in terms of, is it just like you can go to our website and try it out, or?
Yeah, you can actually download a free demo on the website. It's izotope.com. But for beginners, it's a great way to get to a starting point for your master, but even the experts love Master Assistant because sometimes the machine learning can pick up on things that they might not have thought about. Oh, like I didn't notice that the EQ node there, and that's a good idea. So you can kind of learn from the machine learning, but then of course, like it's not a black box. You can go in and make your own creative tweaks to it. It's just meant to save you time so you can do more enjoyable things.
Awesome, and just keep focus on the creative, right?
Focusing on the creative and trying to save time on the technical tasks. That's the whole motto of Izotope.
Great. Well, thank you so much for that rundown. We really appreciate it. And if you're interested in picking up Ozone 9 or any other Izotope products, you can visit americanmusical.com.